Hello guys, welcome to LearnPix, and in this video you will be learning how to create a smudge painting with a bit of details in Photoshop. So keep watching, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. For this tutorial I'll be using this particular image which I've downloaded from pexels.com. So you can find the link below and you can work on any image, but make sure that for detailed smudge painting you need an image which has obviously details. In most of the tutorials that you see online, you can see that the image is cut out from the background and is separated for a smudge painting, but here as we have a blurred background we will not be using that, and our concentration will be completely on making this face a smudge painting with a bit of details over these parts, and especially the eyes, which I love about this image, and yeah, the face completely. So let's just start with the smudge painting. The tools that we are going to use for this purpose would be the smudge tool, which is the 13th tool in the essential workspace on the left side. Okay, you can click here and you can see there are three tools coming up. So select the smudge tool. So this is a tool that we are going to use. The image that we have got here already has a good contrast and those lines are really standing up, but let's just make it more detailed and more contrasting. So let's make a new layer. So that's for safety, and I'll be making another layer, and in the blending option turn that to vivid lights, so it's bright. We don't need this much, so we're just taking it to 24. Yeah, so we've got the okay highlights over here. Let's just merge the background layer and the first vivid layer. Let's just merge it, Ctrl E, and now let's open filter and camera raw filter. Here our focus is always on the contrast, so make sure we increase the details in the image. So I'm just playing with the contrast part here, a little bit of exposure and clarity, so that will define the lines on the face. Okay, let's click on OK. Yeah, we can see that it has created a difference in the image. It has given more details to the image, improving the features. Now let's start with the smudge. So I've taken the smudge tool and I've selected a smudge brush, which you can find in the link below. Okay, now the basic thing is, like, if you want to go for a really detailed smudge painting, your brush has to be small, and I mean the size of the brush has to be small, and you can do that. You can play with the brush sizes by increasing it in the bracket keys and play with the design, play with the image, and make sure that you flow with the lines on the image, the waves on the image. As you can see, it's bending, so I'm painting in that particular manner. So I'll be increasing and decreasing the size as per the images, and I'm making sure that my brush goes in the direction as it is in the image, as the lines in the image flows, so that gives the perfect beauty to the image. So this is going to be a long procedure, a long process which I'll be doing, and I'll be doing the same process. Click smudge, click smudge, click smudge. Yeah, it's click smudge. I'll be clicking and smudging on these lines, and I'll be taking it in the direction of the lines in the images. So let's just do this. I'm just going to make things go faster while smudge painting. In this first process, let's make it quick, and let's just paint over the image without checking for much details, since we can come back and go ahead with the retouch for the details. And as I said earlier, follow the texture lines on the image while smudge painting, and you can also control the brush sizes as required using the bracket keys. For a better result, you always need to spend time, so you can just experiment with a good image and take your time and make the result or the output great. So let's just go ahead with the painting. watch till the end, because at the end we'll be giving more texture effect and some other quick fixes so that the image looks much more like a painting and a natural effect to the image. So just keep watching and we'll be adding some effects in the end. Okay, we have just completed smudge painting the image. Now let's recheck all the parts and give a final retouch to some parts where it needs perfection. So I'm just going to recheck all the parts in the image and just checking for any parts which needs a retouch, and there might be some areas which we might have missed while quick painting. So I'll just go ahead and just retouch those parts so that it looks perfect. So keep watching, because at the end we need to give final all over texture to this image, which will be very interesting, which will add more beauty to this painting. Keep watching. Okay, now we have just completed retouching. Now let's go to camera raw filter, and let's just add few more details by increasing the exposure a bit, not a bit, I'm going to reduce it, yeah, and the contrast bit so that the lines look much more visible, and also the clarity so that the details is seen. Okay, now it's clicked OK, and you can see the magic over here. Now there are few points which needs to be highlighted, so just open a new layer, select the colors, and we can just paint over it. So I'm just gonna start with this white colors over here, yeah, the white sheets. So I'm just going to open the paintbrush, color, select white. I'm just going to decrease the opacity to some 20%, no, yeah, 20%. I'm just going to paint over it. It looks, I need to change the brush to a soft brush, yeah, select a soft brush. Now just paint over it, just on the white parts. I'm just painting over all the whites so that it highlights. Okay, and the eyes, we also need some white in the eyes, yes. Okay, small dot. And okay, now we need to take some other colors. We also need to take some other colors from the image and paint over it as we complete this white. Okay, that's cool, it looks great. Yeah, now let's select another color. I think I'm going to go ahead with the pink, light pink, yeah, the light pink color, and paint it over here. Now just decrease the opacity to 20, and I have made it in a new layer. Just paint over it, and repeat this process for some other colors as well. If you need much more perfection and much more painting look for your image, you can experiment with different colors, textures, or anything. So this is what I'm going to do here. Just going to experiment with few colors. Always make sure you create a new layer, and so that you can always compact, and the opacity should always be low, and always use a soft brush. Yeah, some colors here and there. Okay, this looks cool now, and here we can add a dark color, again 20%. It looks cool, and just go with the vivid light. I'm just going to make that vivid light since it's a dark background. I'm just going to decrease opacity to 21%. Oh yeah, voila, it's done. And there are a few more effects that we are going to add. Okay, now it's time to make some vibrance. So let's just duplicate the smudge layer, and I'm going to hide all of the layers. I'm just going to combine the color highlighted layer and the smudge layer by clicking on both the layers and clicking on merge layers. Okay, I'm going to make a duplicate layer of the same once again so that we don't lose our progression. Okay, now just make that to vivid light. Click on filter, other, high pass. I'm just going, this will give a detail to the borders of the image, so just play with it until you get a desirable effect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with this. I'm going to just decrease the opacity so that it retains the original smudge to a certain point. I'm just going to play with the fill over here. I'm just going to decrease it a bit. I'm just going to play around. I'm going to stay here, somewhere here. Yeah, this is perfect. This is good. I'm just going to open hue and saturation. I'm going to increase the saturation of the colors. In the master, I'm going to increase the saturation, and in reds, I'm just going to highlight the reds over here. Just increase it a bit. So it's too much reddish, so I'm just going to delete some magenta, just decrease it. Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, this looks great now. Now we are going to add some other effects to this. Okay, now that we have added color highlights to this image, now let's go ahead and do some other effects. And before that, I'm just going to combine these three layers by clicking on merge layers. Yes, now I'm just going to add a background, a canvas texture to this image. I'm just going to open a canvas texture which I have already downloaded. You can find that link in the description below. I'm just going to open the canvas texture, and I'm going to drag into this window. I'm just going to fill it in this frame. Okay, now I'm just going to merge these two canvas textures with merge layers and go to blending option and select multiply. Yes, that now it has got a cool look, a painting look over here. It has got a painting look over here, painted on a canvas texture look. Now we'll go ahead with one more effect which will give a more detailed painting look to this image. For that I'm going to select the smudge painting layer, go to filter and select filter gallery. Okay, in the filter gallery, as you can see, it have been already applied. I'm going to select the dry brush, which will give this cool look, and make sure the brush size is 0, the brush detail is 10, and click OK. So this was the tutorial on smudge painting. I hope you people liked this tutorial. If you have any doubts and clarifications, please do mention in the comment box below, and do not forget to like, share and subscribe this video and our channel, and always do not forget to tap the bell icon. You can find more tutorials in our channel, and for other interesting tutorials, keep watching our channel. Till then, bye.